What is up, guys? Manny, aka Exotic Gunner here. Today we're going to be reviewing Medal of Honor Warfighter. Now, when this generation of gamers think of Medal of Honor, the first thing that pops into their head is Medal of Honor 2010. Now, that game was actually, it wasn't well received. It wasn't considered a good game. But to me, I played it a lot and it was pretty good. I considered it to be a pretty good game. I mean, not better than any of the Call of Duty series or Battlefield, but it was definitely something solid. I enjoyed playing it, and yeah, it was actually pretty good. Now, with that being said, here's what I think is Medal of Honor. Yeah, that's right, the original Medal of Honor on PlayStation 1. It was considered an average game back then, but to me, it was pretty good. I've literally played every Medal of Honor except for the ones that came out on PC. I think they were the Pacific ones, but I don't think any of them ever came out to consoles except for maybe Rising Sun. That was the only one I think. Yeah. So, anyways, I've played all of them from PS1 to PS3, and Warfighter is the third installment in this generation of Medal of Honors. That's right, third. I am including Medal of Honor Airborne, which was a crappy Medal of Honor, as we all know. But anyways, let's highlight some of the positives this game has. Now, before I move on to my full review, I just want to mention real quick that you will not be seeing any single player footage in this review. Why? Mainly because I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to give away any spoilers. I want you to experience the single player for yourself. But I will be talking about it. And the only thing I will say about the single player is that it is very, 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 very short, just like Medal of Honor 2010. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it is very short. The average time it'll take you to beat the game is 4 hours and 30 minutes. Between 4 and 5 hours to beat the single player if you play it all the way through on normal difficulty like I did. If you want if you want it to make it longer, then obviously you can play it on the harder difficulty, but yeah, it's up to you. But anyways, the single player is 4 hours and 30 minutes long, and it was, yeah, I'd say it's action packed, a lot of action in it. But two of the missions are all driving, which I mean, I guess it would have been alright if it was just like one segment of the mission was driving, but the whole mission driving, it's kind of boring and ridiculous and repetitive after a while. But it's okay with me. It's not that big of a deal. It's just two missions where you have to drive the whole mission. I guess they put it in there to like how do I say this, to so it's not all just shooting. Like they want to like break up the pace of the game. They want to make it like, not all shooting so it doesn't get repetitive quickly. But to me, I guess it's all right. It could have been done a little bit better, but well, whatever. Anyways, overall, the single player is actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but experience for yourself, and you'll decide. But I will say, it's just too short. That's the only problem I have with it. It's too short, and the graphics are kind of weird. With that being said, let's move on to multiplayer because I will be mentioning it more in multiplayer. Speaking of graphics, the graphics in multiplayer are terrible. I'd have to say they're really bad. I don't know what they were thinking. If you and By the way, if you play on Xbox, this game will require a 1.7 gigabyte HD download. So yeah, you will have to install the HD pack in this game. I don't know why they did that. Well, I know why. It's because the disk space, but whatever. Anyways, that's just something to consider if you play on Xbox. And yeah, so the graphics aren't all that good. Another thing that sucks about this, I mean, this game is using the Frostbite 2 engine, same as Battlefield 3, and in online multiplayer, there is literally like minimum to no destruction at all. You throw grenades and rockets at buildings, they don't blow up. So I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I don't know what the whole Frostbite 2 thing was about. They're just trying to hype it up, like, oh yeah, it's Frostbite 2, it's so awesome. But when you play it, there's literally like no destruction online. I don't know why they even use this engine. I guess it's because EA is trying to like compete, not compete, but they're trying to make Battlefield 3 and Medal of Honor like their two flagship series. They're trying to make it like, you know how Call of Duty has Treyarch and Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer Games, whoever's making it now. They're basically trying to make this like a yearly franchise. So next year Battlefield 4 is coming out, and then this year you have Medal of Honor Warfighter. So maybe in 2013, I mean 2014, you'll see a Medal of Honor. Well, you probably will because that's how EA is. They're trying to cash in on this whole FPS thing, which is now going crazy. But anyways, back on topic. Sorry, I went on a tangent there. But anyways, one of the positives about this game is that there's lots of variety in the multiplayer, and what I mean by that is, when you first start, you select a specific special force unit. Like, so you can choose anywhere from, you know, the Americans, the Swedish, the Polish, the the Spetsnaz, the Russian Spetsnaz, British SAS. So you choose any soldier you start off with. So once you start off, you get to choose either a sniper, an assault class, demolitions class, a heavy gunner class, appointment, a spec ops, and what else? Did I miss anything? No. Anyways, yeah. So those are your basic. There's basically six classes, and you know the sniper is pretty much a self-explanatory class. It's just like you got, you know, you have your sniper rifle and you get a fully automatic G18 pistol. So yeah, so and then you have the assaulter class, which is basically like a basic infantry um unit. You have your assault rifles and handguns and all that fun stuff. The demolitions class is actually my favorite class. You're actually going to be seeing it a lot in this video. It's they basically have C4 and they have their armor mask. Once they put it on, they become basically like a juggernaut from from the Call of Duty series. The juggernaut, they have double the health and they have nice. I wouldn't say heavy weapons, but they do have like nice assault rifles, and they're actually a pretty badass class. So yeah, so and they also carry C4, and also there's a heavy gunner class, which that's pretty another self-explanatory. They basically have LMGs, and they also have this nice little grenade feature where they throw three grenades at once. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You have the point man class, which they carry high-powered ammunition, so you get 30 rounds of ammunition. That's their specialty. That's like their each class has like their own special ability. So that's the point man's class. The spec ops class is a light gear class. Basically, they're like a scout. They have SMGs, light gear, and are able to move around the battlefield very fast and very quickly. And yeah, am I missing anybody? The spec ops, point man, heavy gunner, demolitions, an assaulter, and yeah. So that's pretty much everybody. And you know, my favorite class, like I said before, is the demolitions because they're just so badass and they're really unstoppable once they're, you know, I get a pretty good kill streak with them all the time. I'm always like top when I play as demolition. But you know, it's a fun game. I'm having a lot of fun playing this game. You know, the graphics, yeah, the graphics are lame online. They could have done a better job of that. You know, the uh the Blackhawk kill streak is pretty good. You're basically on a minigun and you shoot people, and your team gets a repel from it. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. So there's several game types. There's a sector control, which is basically like domination. There's team deathmatch. There's another one. Those are the basic two I play. I don't really care about the other ones, but those are the main two. There's team deathmatch, which is self-explanatory, and then there's sector control. Those are the two main ones you get to play. And the, I like sector control better because it's more objective oriented, and I like that. And you get to defend them and attack. It's just like sector control, or what am I saying? It's just like domination. Yeah, there you go. So it's pretty. It's my favorite game type in any multiplayer game. And with that being said, let me. So the negatives are the 4.5 hour campaign. Another problem with online is that there is a huge problem with uh, the spawn system. Like, you always spawn next to an enemy, if not most of the time. I feel that way. Like, I jump into a game, I spawn next to an enemy. I spawn either behind an enemy, which is fun for me but bad for them, or in front or near an enemy. Especially when they're capturing your own flag, you will get like spawn killed a lot in this game if you're not careful. So you need to have a good unit to play with. Um, and yeah, like I mentioned before, the graphics are weak online. Those are some of the bad things about this game. You know, overall, I'd have to say that Medal of Honor is, I guess, how do I say this? It's okay. It's definitely not a COD killer. I know that's what they were going for, and this game was overhyped like crazy. Even, I mean, they didn't even give IGN and GameSpot a copy on a week early, so they can give a proper review of the game. I guess EA bailed on that. They're like, you know what, fuck it, we're not doing that because they know they know they screwed up on this game. But this game was overhyped like crazy. It's not terrible. I've definitely played worse, but it's not the big juggernaut they intended it to be. It's definitely like a. I'd give this game, and to be honest with you, I'm being a little bit generous. I'm gonna give this game an 8 out of 10. It's good, but it's nothing special. It's nothing you haven't seen before. There are a lot of cool features, new features like the lean mechanic. It's not new. It was actually in 2010 also, but the lean mechanic is pretty cool. You can lean around corners. That's one thing I liked, and also uh, the variety of special forces in this game are awesome. My favorite is the American forces. I like Delta. I like the SEALs, but my favorite is Delta. But when I'm playing Demolition, the Demolition class, my favorite is the well, I haven't unlocked the Americans yet, but that would be my favorite. Right now, I think I'm using the Swedish class now, but whatever. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. You know, if you're deciding whether or not to get this game, I definitely say wait for a price drop. Like they will, eventually do one. So wait for a price drop. I say get it when it's around like 30 or 40. That way, you're getting a bang for your buck. Because this game, the online is pretty fun. I actually hated it at first, but once I got used to it, it's a lot of fun. I'm actually enjoying it. And thank you for watching, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and peace to the Middle East.